brand new campaign. All right, so welcome. Oh, already made a slight fumble. All right, so welcome to the Crown of the Oathbreaker, everybody. I'm very excited to run you through this book. Look at that. It's a beast, but it's fantastic. I love this campaign. Now, I might have mentioned to you before, there is a bit of a dark theme for this campaign. So we're going to start out with some of the introductory adventures just to get you familiar with the thing, and then after a while we'll get into the real meat of the campaign. But I think that's a good way to do it. And as I've said previously as well... Oh, wait a sec. We will... Oh, wow. Wait. Something's gone horribly wrong.
Started off strong.
There we go. Not a big thing. Okay, so... yes, so we'd go through some introductory adventures where the stakes aren't very high, though death is always a possibility, especially at these low levels. As you know, we've spent a bit of time with each of you about your character and their backstories, and I think this is a really good campaign setting for exploring backstories and really going on character progressions for your stories. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Strife, Aldrich Ghoul, Kiva, Umi, Black, and Riro's stories are. It's going to be very interesting for me, the DM, as well. So, let's get into the Kingdom of Aglarion. As something just crashed on me right at the critical time. Anyway, so this is Aglarion. This is the continent that you'll be exploring in due time. The most well-visited place where we'll start the campaign together will be in Oathbreaker. But to understand the present, we must begin in the past. The land known today as the Kingdom of Aglarion has a rich past spanning thousands of years, influenced by cataclysmic events that involve multiple planes of existence. Since the dawn of time and prehistory, all the way to its current state as a monarchy, the land and its rulership has changed many times. Several key events have shaped its past. Namely the descent of the Dark Star and its dark angels during the mountain fall, the rise of Sareth of the Shining Light and his cruel theocracy, and the establishment of the Kingdom of Aglarion by King Razmel Malkar and Master Arlen the Constructor, the first archmage of the land. Now, these events have all left deep marks on the history of the realm, and the legacy of these dark times can still be felt in the fabric of society today. But times are good. The Kingdom of Aglarion is known as a thriving realm. Times of plenty and an open-minded philosophy have resulted in a level of tolerance for beings of all types rarely encountered in other settings. The kingdom is rich, the army strong and well equipped, and the rule of law is paramount under a popular king. But even in these tranquil times, the Kingdom of Aglarion is a realm filled with adventure and danger that lurks behind the veil of peace. But we're not actually going to start in Oathbreaker for our story. We're instead going to cross over the Calais Sea to a far distant land called the Isles of Xanatharos, a kingdom, I guess, ruled by half-dragons, draconians, and the like. And serving all these beings is a slave class, I guess you would call it. Well, not I guess you'll call it. It is slaves. And we're going to start our adventure by meeting one such slave a young kobold called Umi. What do we see as Umi as she's out collecting? Bowserbeth?
Umi is actually rather tall for a kobold. She's dressed in very decorative chicken feathers that she's gathered. And she has them kind of almost arranged in like a mohawk along her head. And she's made a small cloak out of them. She is kind of like a dark blue to white gradient color along her scales.
One thing, I guess if you think of this as a movie, you'll notice that there's a manacle around Umi's wrist, marking her as a slave. And there's like a brand on the manacle marking ownership of her. As I said, Umi is a slave. And Umi is out on her own in the... What's she doing out? I mean, she shouldn't be out by herself like this. She should be, doing slave type stuff. So what's she doing outside of her home? Umi, what are you doing out there?
She's out kind of almost looks like collecting small items that she is planning on fashioning into little traps.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after collecting these items, knowing you really shouldn't be out at this, your half-dragon master and his associated family would be strongly disapproving, but you find yourself doing it anyway. And you're about to head back to your home, sort of an attached dwelling to the slave masters that have the much bigger house. But you hear the sounds of shouting, and you hear your mother, your father, and your siblings all shouting. What do you do, Umi?
She'll drop absolutely everything that she has gathered so far, and just start absolutely running that direction.
You head back to the main complex where you serve, and you see your family all in chains. They're manacled around the feet and around the wrists and all connected to each other and being marched away. And you see a half-dragon that you don't recognize, and you figure probably your family has been sold to another master. And they're marching away, and there's various other half-dragons all escorting them. And you see your family, they're kind of accepting of it. I mean, many of them, like Umi, were born as slaves. That's all they've known. And this is just another move. You do see people looking around for you, though. Not the slave owners, but your family. So what do you do, Umi?
At this point, do I know where Riro is?
Yes, you do.
I will dash to go find him.
Okay, so quick as your little kobold feet can carry you, you go down into the kind of caverns beneath the mansion and your house, and you go down and you find Riro. What does she find when she comes across your Riro, Echo?
So Riro is a light blue hue kobold, where Umi might be a little above average. Riro is definitely below average in height, so pushing 3'1" if he's lucky. And he has just the raggediest rags on his body as cloak and hat, and there's just patches all over the material, none of which are the same color or as the material it is patching, very mismatched, and he would probably be just down there humming to himself happily. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah. Humming to himself, maybe chasing around a little bug or something to try and eat. And then if he sees Umi coming, like, he'll just light up with joy.
Okay. The DM is leaving space for you guys to talk.
Riro, leave. Must leave. Now leave.
Go where?
Up.
Riro follows Umi.
I'll kind of just like grab at him the best that I can. I'll like run around his little hovel that he has set up here.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like throw his little knickknacks at him so that he doesn't leave them behind. And then I will grab his little hand and we will make our way back up top.
Okay, imagine given the size difference between Riro and Umi, it's not very difficult for Umi to grab this scrawny, even by kobold standards, by the wrist. And you dash up these caverns beneath the main complex, and you return to where you started, outside the mansion. But you don't see any sign of your family. And it maybe took you 10 minutes to find Riro and 10 minutes to come back on. And you have a quick look around and you don't see the signs of your family anywhere.
Where are we going?
Gone. Family
Nope.
was here.
Oh,
Taken? Taken must find.
Riro will look around as best as he can to see. He can tell which way they went.
Okay, Echo, this is a very, very important role. This is the first role of the campaign. Let's see what you can pull out. Make me a perception check.
Oh, that's not going to be a good one. This is accurate. Oh, okay.
Oh, 17 on the dice. Pretty good. Yeah, you look around looking for the tracks, looking for any sign of them. You do a quick dash around the complex, and they're just not there. You think they've gone a long way in the 20 minutes if they have, but you don't see anywhere, any direction that they've gone. I imagine Umi is having a look as well. So Umi, make a perception check as well.
She is absolutely crying and bawling at this point. Her eyes are welled with tears.
And you don't see your family anywhere.
Don't cry, Umi. Umi gets left by family. Riro gets left by family. We are the same.
We not left. Family taken.
What is different?
It is. I think.
Okay. Riro follow Umi.
I'll leave the little cavern, and poke my little head around, and see if there's anything.
Given this is early evening when these events transpired, you cast your eyes over to the mansion where your masters live, where the half-dragons live. And you know, at this type of stage, your family would be normally preparing the meals, sweeping them up, emptying chamber pots, that type of thing. Some of the slaves have more like armed guards, for example, well trained, but not Umi. Umi is more used to doing the chamber pots. But regardless, you notice the mansion seems strangely quiet. There is no lamps lit. There is no buzz of activity. It looks ominously quiet for this time of day, Yumi.
Riro quiet, Umi quiet. We go look.
Riro will get real low and get as hidden and stealthy as possible.
Well,
Yeah,
that
and
sounds,
Umi will do the same.
sounds like a stealth check. These two kobolds creep through the night.
Oh.
Well, okay, so noted. And of course, I will point out that Riro also has this manacle on one wrist that masks him as being owned. But, well, maybe Riro can relate that story at another time to some new friends perhaps he can make. But he does bear this manacle as well. Okay, so you see the mansion ominously quiet, and you stealth together, and then peek through an open window. Just no activity, no lights are lit, no candles are lit, and you strain your kobold ears, and you don't hear anything.
Masters sleep. We check. We look. We find. We leave.
Riro follow Umi.
Okay. We will try to figure out a way to get in.
Easy enough just to climb in through this open window that you're peering through. And it's one of your half-dragon's master's bedrooms. The bed is neatly made, as it always is. Like the instant the master gets up, a kobold or two will come and instantly make his bed. They very much run around making their life as easy as possible. And you see the neatly made bed, the dresser where his clothes are, a closet where his clothes should be. But the closet and the drawers are closed at the moment.
Okay. Umi will make her way to the door and kind of crack it open, taking a peek on the other side.
You crack it open and it takes you into the hallway of the mansion, and once again, empty.
Riro check kitchen.
Okay.
Umi follow Riro.
Okay, so stealthily going as quietly as you can, because Umi, should not be out and about like this, but you are. You come across the kitchen. The kitchen, everything has been put away, which strikes you as odd, Umi, once again, because meal should be prepared by now. So all the cutlery, all the plates are neatly stacked, all the tea towels are folded, there is no dirty dishes. And Riro, perhaps being a little bit hungry, you open the pantry, and the pantry is bare. There is no food at all. You look around the kitchen, looking far and wide within the kitchen. In the pantry, all the food is gone.
Riro sees nothing.
Umi also see nothing. Food taken. Masters taken? Family taken?
Umi free?
Umi will kind of take a look at the manacle, shake her head. She'll shove Riro in the little pantry area for the moment and like keep the door half closed.
Mm-hmm.
She'll put a little finger to her lips for him to be quiet. She'll run out into the hallway and she's going to scream to see if anything happens.
I will be quiet, as she says, and I am saying goodnight to my girl, so I am actually quiet for the next 2 minutes.
Okay, Umi. So, blood-curdling scream comes out, and all you hear back is the echoes in the corridors of your own voice. The scream would be heard all across the mansion, And the only thing you hear are the echoes of your own voice.
Umi is going to stand there probably for way longer than need be, probably like a good 2 or 3 minutes. Before realizing that, wow, they really are taken. They really are just gone. She'll go back for Riro.
Yep.
Take him out of the cupboard. Grab his little hand, and we'll go searching through the rooms.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll do it this way. Make an investigation at advantage, since Echo isn't technically with us at the moment, but Riro is, so...
Definitely helping.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Definitely helping. Bill, I'm definitely going to get a little screen coming back. She wants to show me her new toy.
Right. Very good. So, you start searching this house that you're familiar with, and you even start searching through the drawers of your masters, and that is a big no-no, Umi, and you feel guilty about it. But you notice all the clothes have gone as well. You go into those cupboards and those walk-in closets, gone. You check even in the office for any signs, but everything's either gone or neatly tucked away. But actually, in that office, you find a bunch of sort of small trinkets and some papers which you can't read. But you recognize it has the family crest of the family that you serve kind of stamped on top of it. So you know it must mean something. And you find a compass as well as a quill and some ink. And these papers, which, I don't know. But that's all you find of note. Everything else, gone.
Okay. She's going to pick up the trinkets. She's going to inspect them and inspect the papers, which, of course, like you said, she cannot read, so it is just a bunch of lines on paper.
I imagine she's actually holding it upside down, looking like she can read it, but plainly she can't.
Yeah. She will take particular interest in the compass, though.
Okay.
And she'll kind of hold it up in her hands and move it side to side. And then she'll kind of tap at the needle a few times and show it to Riro.
Okay.
Riro will just kind of stare at her, like waving this thing around, just being like awe of Umi.
It point to family, you think?
Follow arrow?
She'll stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll turn around.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the arrow is just going to point at herself, which of course is part of her little family. So of course it means that it points at where her family goes.
Okay.
So she's going to do a little thumbs up, gather up the rest of the things, and she's going to start following where the arrow goes.
Now,
Riro will kind of collect up the papers for her and pack them away.
Okay. So gathering, it'd be nice if there was food here. You're both hungry, which is kind of a perpetual state for a slave, but the one time you have access to the pantry, it's just gone. By packing up your things as best you can, maybe making a makeshift backpack, you head out due west. And not that Umi would know that, but you start heading in a westerly direction. And with the Isles of Xanatharos, there are lots of, like an archipelago, lots and lots of little islands, and you happen to be on one of these islands. And still under the cover of dark, you keep on heading west. And after an hour or two dodging people as best you can, because once again, you're slaves, you shouldn't be out like this, You eventually come to the harbor on the island, and there's a boat there, and you see lots of activity around the boat, lots of stuff being loaded onto the boat. It appears as it's going to be leaving soon. Not that Riro can read, can't he?
Technically, yes, but he would never do so in front of Umi.
Okay, I'll whisper something to you then. Riro. You see a name on the side of the boat, and that's what it says. And lots of activity. Well, lots of activity around this boat. Not so much activity around the harbour. Like, it's just this one focal thing late at night. That's what you see. And the compass seems to be pointing towards the boat.
Umi is just constantly tapping on this compass, trying to see and shift it where she thinks if it's wibbling a bit, she'll tap it until it's straight.
Okay.
She is sure that this thing is pointing to the boat, and she'll show it to Riro as well.
Boat gives Riro good feelings in my belly.
Riro, that hunger.
Riro is very hungry, but also different belly feeling.
Umi only has one belly.
Same belly feeling Riro has when he sees Umi.
Hopefully not hunger. Okay. We go boat?
Yes.
Okay.
I will point out you have 0 money. Just so you know, you have no money.
Is there any way we can... any crates or...
I'll tell you what, you obviously want to get onto the boat. You obviously know that you can't pay. Maybe I'm not even sure if Umi and Riro have the concept of money, depending. Well, that's up for you to decide as players. But you know you need to get on there somehow, and probably sneaking on as well. So why don't you both make me an investigation check? If you can see your way onto it.
You know, I think I forgot to add a backpack to his character, and it kind of fits. All I have is a bag of sand and a book.
Kind of jarred, or...
Yeah. Umi, you're placing too much faith in this compass. You're paying more attention to that and maybe getting it to point to the exact location on the boat where you can maybe get on. I'm noticing loading in some large crates. Some of the crates are still being filled. They're being filled with some type of livestock. There's some chickens being put on, and the chickens are making quite a bit of noise. And it might be possible, in your opinion, Riro, to get into the chicken coop, as it were, and get on board that way. The other option you see is getting into the water, climbing up the rigging of the boat, and trying to find a place to hide on the boat. I mean, you've heard of, you know of boats, and being at the island, the Isles of Xanatharos, many boats go between islands. So this, you figure, is probably going to another island in Xanatharos.
Just grab Umi's hand. Umi follows Riro. And take her. We're going to try and hide in the chicken coop. Because free food.
You better make me a stealth check. both of you.
Not the worst.
You are perhaps a little too eager to go, and Umi grabs you by the hand and slows you down a little bit. And you scramble across the deck, being smaller than usual. These are all mostly half dragons, and you dodge and you duck and you weave and you hide behind like things on the wharf, and you get to the chicken coop. The only problem that the top of this crate is like about 6 feet high, which I imagine is about double. How tall is Yumi? She said she was taller than normal.
Almost 5 feet.
Oh,
Like she's
wow.
almost medium sized.
Oh, okay, cool. So, how do you get into this 10-foot crate?
Umi will pick Riro up like a baby and try to like push him up
Okay.
because she knows that she'll have an easier time going up than he will.
Okay, Umi, you better make me an athletics check then.
Umi? Me?
Yeah, because you're pushing Riro up, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, did I say Riro? I don't
Oh,
know. Umi.
Jesus.
Yes, with ease. You almost throw Riro in, and Riro, you kind of get to the top. You hold on to the edge, flip yourself over, and land in a bunch of chicken crate. A lot of chickens, and they're just clucking away. And Umi, you're on the outside, and you hear some footsteps approaching. What do you do?
She is going to try to jump up and like wall climb her way into this thing.
Can I like put my staff out
Sure.
for something for her to
Mm-hmm.
grab onto?
Okay, make me another athletics check, Umi, at advantage.
For some odd reason, it doesn't want to let me do it at advantage, so I'm just going to roll twice.
Sure. 8
Oh.
to 2.
Ooh.
You jump up and grab onto the staff and pull you up. But unfortunately, just at the last moment, Riro lets go and you find yourself back on the dock. And you hear footsteps approaching. You've got like seconds, not enough time to climb up back into the chicken coop. What do you do, Umi?
She's going to go to the other side of the box from where the noise is happening.
Okay, make me a stealth check. You go and press your back against the crate and breathe a few times. And as you're sitting there, seemingly still undetected, somehow, you hear some ship hands talking. And they start saying, I'm not sure about this voyage. I mean, sure, we're going to make a pretty penny in Glarion, but this is a multi-day voyage, and we all know about Morgar. I mean, if he gets hold of it, man, we're dead in the water. And the other guy says, well, this is why we need to do it. This is a dangerous voyage. People have made this maybe once or twice, but the rewards, man, the rewards are going to be epic. And he goes, I don't know, man. Well, what about Morgor? And it's just bad news. But with what they're paying us, I think we can survive. And with that, the 2 feet just go about and doing things, and you seem to be by yourself again, Umi.
She'll take like a small breath to kind of calm herself down. And she's going to try to climb up again if she can.
Does Riro hold out a staff?
Yep.
Same again, athletics at advantage.
Now it'll let me. What the fuck? Wow. What's just some shitty fucking athletic rolls?
You you fall to the ground, the crew finds you, they slaughter your character, roll up a new PC. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So you try to go up again, and you slip and fall once again. There's nobody around. I'm going to say eventually, after about 10 or so minutes, between you and Rero using his staff, you manage to land inside the chicken coop. And already it's covered in crap, and you find yourself alone. So it's just like a shipping crate, but the top is not sealed. Not at the moment anyway. So what do you guys do?
Eat a chicken.
Eat a chicken? Just
Yeah.
Just a raw, just eat it as is?
I mean... yeah. Yeah. That is exactly what he's going to do.
Okay, I'm gonna you just grab a chicken and with a quick flick of your wrist, maybe 2 flicks, given how small Rero is, you snap the neck of the chicken.
I mean, I'll swing it around as much as needed.
Swinging a chicken. Okay, well, eventually the chicken swings, snapped its neck from the central fugal forces, shall we say. And, yeah, feel free to eat a raw chicken. Which I imagine...
Umi want more feathers?
Umi will nod and take the feathers and kind of weave them into her little shawl. She'll also take the shawl and put it over top of the both of them so that if somebody peeks in, it looks like 2 kobolds covered in chicken feathers, but
Sure.
with the thoughts there.
Sure. Okay, so you have your feast. I mean, I imagine a chicken is pretty good feast for kobolds, right? Big old fat, plump, juicy chicken.
It's not waru, but it's tasty.
After about halfway through the chicken, you hear footsteps approaching, and then you hear a lid being put onto the crate and it being nailed shut.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, just gonna let it happen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We
So-
got food. We got each other.
Yep, and you're going... I mean, they mentioned this place called Aglerion. You have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, you're familiar with some of the islands around the Isles of Xanatharos, but not this one, not the island of Aglerion. And, yeah, you finish your chicken, and eventually you hear the ship pulling away and presumably heading out to the sea, and according to Umi's compass, you're heading in a westerly direction.
This is the best I've eaten my whole life.
So days go by. You have a source of food. Every so often, the crate is open and a chicken is removed. But hiding under the cloak, and there's the feathers that you've got, and you seem to be getting away from it. You constantly hear the crew, though, as they go back and forth, talking about the worries they have about this creature called Morgor. And you're not sure what that is. But about a week goes by. Maybe eating there's about 20 chickens here. You've got to be a little bit careful, and you realize that, to not be too greedy. But eventually the lid gets cracked open one more time, and a face peers in. Can you both make me a stealth check, please?
Do they have advantage because of the feathers?
Use advantage.
Uh,
Very
No,
small.
the guy peers into it and he says, "Oh, I need more chickens." And he reaches down and goes to grab for a chicken, and the chicken's kind of poked its head under your cloak, and you see this beak poking through, and so he takes the cloak and kind of pushes it aside to get the chicken. And she says, this is a half dragon gentleman as well. And he's, what do we have here? Escaped slaves, have we?
What does he? What is? Does he look angry, mean, happy, sad?
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm super good at these two.
Yeah, don't know.
Woo!
He's laughing to himself. All right, little kobold slaves. I best give up this pretense. Why don't you come out of that crate? Don't make me force you to get out there. I suggest you just climb out peaceful like.
how big does this thing look?
Oh, it's like 8 feet tall. It's a half dragon. He's huge.
I mean, Rero will stand up, but can't climb out.
Okay.
He looks like a child in a children's pen with chickens.
And Umi?
Umi will try to
Is
pass
Umi still
him.
hidden?
Yeah, Umi will try to pass him a chicken and see if he'll leave.
No. And he reaches down with a massive claw, grabs Rero round the collar, kind of half bending in quite a bit, grabs Rero by the collar, picks him up in one hand, reaches over, grabs... a charmed person.
Charm person.
Okay. I'm going to say he has a flat roll for this, and we'll just roll this. Oops, did that come through? Oh, no, 9. What do you do? So charm makes him your friend, right? And that's it.
Yep. He's our friend.
What are you doing in there? It looks like you're hiding. You're going to get caught one of these days. And who's this woman? Look, she's no good. You stay here, friend. I'll just take her.
Umi good. We play Rero and Umi playing hide and seek. You win.
Yeah. Make a deception check. At advantage, because he's charmed. Oh, I don't remember playing hide and seek. So it's my
That's
turn
weird.
to hide.
Rero
Down.
had never played before. You just taught it to us.
No, that's not true. I know what's. I don't know. Are you still hiding? Is game finished? I don't really understand.
We go hide again. Rero hide again.
Oh,
Says excitedly.
I don't understand your silly game. Just pass me up a chicken and we'll be done with it.
I pass a chicken.
Okay, he takes the chicken and he walks away. The lid is off the chicken coop, by the way.
Rero can't get back in, Umi.
We hide elsewhere?
Rero follow Umi.
Umi will try her best to get up despite the fact that she still has bruises from getting in the fucking thing.
Oh.
She'll try to get out.
Okay, you do get out. Let's see how well you get out. Make another athletics check.
There we go.
Ah, pretty good. Pretty good. You managed to get off without getting any more bruises, and you both plonk down onto the deck of the ship. Now, I assume you're trying to hide, so make me a stealth check.
Oh. Terrible.
So go look for a different part of it, and you're running around, and you come into a big group of half dragons, and Umi, you practically run into them, and they say, "Oh, what do we got here?" And once again, they both grab you by the collar, and they say, "You know what we do with stowaways, don't you? You want to take a guess?" We throw them overboard. Do you know how to swim, little slave girl?
Umi swim possibly, but looking for Master. Master on ship?
Just as you say that, the half dragon, he takes you and he's about to throw you overboard, ignoring your claims of a master. And then a huge tentacle pierces his chest, just boom, completely, instantly killing him. And everybody looks around, and you see this, gargantuan creature just erupt out of the water, dwarfing the size of the ship.
I would like to firebolt the guy that was about to throw Umi overboard.
Well, the guy who's about to throw had a tentacle pierce through his chest. You can firebolt him if you like, out of vengeance. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Absolutely. Okay, make an attack roll. I'll say he's relatively well unarmored. So yeah, roll damage. As your firebolt explodes on this half-dragon-born, half-dragon chest, and he erupts. And you see the people screaming, "It's Morgor! It's Morgor! Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship!" And you watch as these massive tentacles just pierce half dragon after half dragon, exploding through their chest. And some of them manage to survive somehow, but Morgor just takes a massive tentacle and throws him out onto sea. And then he starts piercing his massive tentacles into the side of the boat. And the boat appears to be about to sink. What do you do, Riro and Umi?
Riro will just protect Umi, however,
okay,
best is possible in this situation. Yeah.
Okay, and what does Umi do? Is the boat's being ripped apart. It's not going to be afloat for long.
Yeah, she's going to kind of hold on to Riro, go towards the side of the ship, kind of keep herself tucked down, and she's going to be looking in the water for anything that's currently floating that is not some sort of giant monster.
Sure. Imagine Riro's looking as well, so both of you make perception checks.
Couldn't be investigation.
Yeah, well, you do find a large chunk of wood that would support both of you. There appears to be some type of barrel attached to it, so you assume it's going to have some buoyancy. And that, in your opinion, Umi, as Riro is maybe panicking a little bit, would be the best way to stay afloat.
Protecting her at all costs.
Sure.
Umi is going to grab his head and point it towards the little flotation thing over there. And then she is going to push him into the water and then jump in after him.
Okay, so with a swoosh, you land in the water doing a little, I imagine, doggy paddle swim over onto
Yeah.
this barrel attached to a plank of wood. And it's buoyant.
Ever seen the Suicide Squad? It's like when Weasel got pushed into the water.
Oh God.
I haven't seen that, but I'll put it on my list. So you jump onto it, and you almost look like Rose and Jack as you cling to this piece of wood, plainly big enough for two people. And you watch as Morgor, this whatever the hell Morgor is, just rip the ship apart. And you hear Morgor say, "All that is in the sea is mine to possess. Your ship and your very life force." As he just rips the ship apart, rips people apart. He says, "This is my domain. You are trespassing." And the ship sinks, the crew slaughtered. And there's just Riro and Umi on this life raft of sorts out in the middle of the Kelhay Sea. What do you do?
We're gonna hope we don't die. I'll try paddling after a while and then just get sick of that and then just lay there, I guess.
You put a tail in the water and just push it back and forth, propel us forward.
Yeah, you're unsure if you're making progress because all you see around you is sea. And with the chaos of the boat sinking, you're not sure what's north or what's west, what's south. But you still have your compass. And so you do your best to paddle on your compass.
This thing is like 100% broken. Like, it's not working.
And as we leave Riro and Umi, somewhere in this area, somewhere on the Kelhay Sea, we're going to switch focus for a second. We're going to change our focus to once again, not in the city of Odenbeer, not in the city of Eglarion, but somewhere completely different. It looks odd. There's some type of party going on. The trees themselves seem to be dancing. The flowers are opening and closing in tune with the beats made by some satyrs and some dryads. And there's lots of wine flowing, lots of fruit. And if you look, you see like people who have got cups full of wine. When they drink it, the wine cup is instantly refilled. And there's some type of massive party happening in this strange land. And we see, what do we see, Doug? Who do we see enjoying the revelry?
You see a tall, between 6'2" and 6'4", depending if he's kind of slouched or standing up straight. Very fair, light, faint skin. Looks young, but also looks like he has wisdom to him. Almost like he's aged like an elf, but not quite an elf. Or maybe he was once an elf and something about his physiology changed. And kind of like how a beast like a wolf or a tiger, if light hits his eyes a certain way, it has that infrared hue that almost gleams at time. Semi-decent long hair, kind of swooped around the right side of his face with long tasseled earrings, a big thick coat like leather armor with a good thick fur around it.
Nice. A dryad approaches you and say, "Black, let's dance. Let's dance like there's no tomorrow."
Normally not one for dancing.
Oh, come on. You're such a bore.
I mean, this is for Dazmag after all. Okay.
And you go into one of these do-si-do kind of dances where you lock arms and it's this coordinated dance. And you feel a massive paw. A paw? Yeah, paw on your back and says, "You're enjoying the festivities, Black." And you turn around and you see a satyr, but not a normal size satyr. This one's about 10 feet tall. And you know this is the ruler of this particular area that you've come to know as the Feywild. And it is King Desmag, the satyr ruler of these areas. Enjoying their festivities, son. Well, I call you son, but, you know, family is what you make of it, so you're enjoying the festivities, son.
I am, King. You've raised me well and taken me in as one of your own. I thank you.
Well, of course, we find someone a little lost and out of place. We're not going to throw them away. We're good folks here. Sure, we like to party, we like to dance, but times are good, Black. It's good to have you here. Anyway, see your wine cup is full. Drink and be merry.
Okay, I'll raise up to cheer him.
Okay, as you start, twirling around with this, and King Desmag sits on us like a throne of woven branches and flowers and stuff. It's not so much a throne as an extension of nature. It very much blends in, but it's still very obviously a throne. And as you're dancing with this dryad, all of a sudden she lets out this blood-curdling scream. And she's looking at you in horror.
What? What is it?
And she points to you, and it's almost as in shock you look down and you see a spear piercing right through your chest. It's come out the other side. And you reach your hands up to your chest, and it's just covered in blood. And shoop, you pass out. You're not sure how much time goes by. Could be a day, could be a week, could be a month. You have no idea. But you do come up and make a new character. You do wake up, and you see the spear is being removed, and you see King Desmag on his knees before you, and he's apparently done some sort of healing to you, and life returns to you. And you look around in this previous scene of absolute revelry. There's dead dryads everywhere. Parts of the trees that were dancing, they're on fire. And you swear you hear the trees themselves scream. And there's just a whole army of sorts of fey creatures here. Sort of maybe from the darker areas of the fey realm. And everything is just in chaos. And you see Desmag, who looks beat up, place that healing hand on you. What do you do, Black?
Father, it wasn't their time. This isn't balance.
Don't you fucking talk to me about balance. This has been a massacre. It's the mothers. It was the mothers that did this. I know it. It was them. Did I ever tell you about the mothers, Black? No, you haven't heard about the mothers?
No.
They are... And you see a blade come into one side from the back of King Desmag's head and come out his forehead. And this massive... he's teetering. And you see this... spindly old woman who looks just like a twig almost, and she cackles and says, "Yeah, this is how to me now, Desmag. The reign of King Desmag is over." And as he's sitting there in shock with this spear through his head, with his last strength of energy, he picks you up by the collar, Black, your weak resistant form, and he throws you, and this little portal opens up. And as you watch, and the last thing you see as you're thrown through this portal is this spindly old woman just stabbing King Desmag again and again and again in the head. And you're thrown out, and you presume your father is dead. You presume this place you're gone, and then there is... you know it's destroyed, man. You saw it with your own eyes. Even the king's throne himself is on fire. The place is just a disaster. And you land, and I'll say What will I say? I will say that given the healing from King Dasmag, well, it was a Cure Light Wounds. It's this +4. So 6 hit points. You're on 6 hit points. And you find yourself in a land you don't recognize. It is not friendly. It does not have dancing trees. It does not have dryads asking you to dance. You appear to be on a side of a mountain. And it's cold. And the wind whips around you. And you weren't prepared for this. Make me a Constitution saving throw. It's Black's first roll of the campaign. Let's see how good it is.
And I'm frozen to death.
Well, you have a point of exhaustion straight off the back. And you look around and the wind is howling and there's mountains. You can go up the mountain, down the mountain, follow the mountain. What would you like to do, Black?
Don't really recall anything other than the Feywild, so...
Yeah.
Let's see here. What would he do? He is... He would follow the mountain down. No, that's a bad roll. He'd follow the mountain up to try to get a view on the terrain. So he would go up the mountain.
Okay, make me an athletics check at disadvantage. Because you are exhausted. That survival should have been a disadvantage too, technically, but we'll take it as is. Oh, yeah, you climb and you climb and you climb and you get far. You don't even get close to the peak. And it's quite exhausting work. Make me another Constitution saving throw. That would be 2 points of exhaustion. So your movement is now halved. This is really getting on top of you. And you realize up is a silly way to go. You're never going to be able to reach this peak.
Eventually, just wandering with his exhaustion, he would start to head down the mountain, and he would probably trip and just start the just falling down the mountain.
Sure. So you half walk down, half roll down. You take you're bruised and battered, which further, just for flavor. And as you're stumbling around, heading gradually down, you see the first sign of life. There's 2 birds here, but think of them more like emus, that sort of size and shape. And they got this massive, huge beak on the front of them, covered in thick feathers. And they turn with curious heads towards you. They're not quite sure what to make of you. And when they start pouring in the sand, and you see massive talons on the end of their feet as well. So you wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of the beak or of their talons. And there's 2 of them.
Not exhausted and not having time, I will go ahead and weakishly cast Speak with Animals, and then I'll just say, friends, help, father, help, and I just kind of pass out in front of them. Help.
So you literally pass out in front of these birds.
As I ask for help after casting the spell, yes.
Sure. Okay, make an animal handling check at advantage.
Straight because I'm exhausted?
Straight because you're exhausted. Okay, you pass out in the snow just by sheer exhaustion. You do wake up though. These strange emu-like birds are nowhere to be seen, but you find yourself in a ditch of sorts, sheltered from the worst of the storm. You're not sure whether these strange creatures who would purposely helped you, or whether you just rolled down the hill and landed in this little crevasse almost. So you're sheltered from the storm. You awake groggily. You're still 2 points of exhaustion. do you do?
He'll get up and survey the land. Am I like at the base of a mountain in the ditch, or a little bit away from the mountain?
You're still surrounded by snow in all directions. It appears to be slightly less windy and slightly less cold.
Okay. He's going to calmly think to himself, try to get his composure. Not. Landscape unknown. Don't know. Father dead. Don't know. And next thing he knows, he's just basically murmuring to himself like a crazy person, and he just starts heading in a random direction, walking as he's trying to contemplate what all events just took place in the last hour.
Yeah, it's a lot. Black, you stumble down the mountain, not really not having a direction, but almost your legs. It's just easier to go down. And once again, you kind of fall down, you stumble down, and eventually, after 5, 6, 7 hours, the snow gives way to a green field, and you stumble out of the snow for the first time. Some warmth returning to your body, but you have been on this mountain for like 12 hours or so before you get to this point. You are risking more exhaustion. You feel you're going to pass out again. You're that tired.
Out of the snow, is there any trees or forest type close by?
You just see green fields. Nothing more.
Tall grass, medium grass,
Low grass.
low grass?
Yeah.
Just out of the snow, finally some warmth. Sleep. Just out.
You fall asleep. There is some warmth in the sun now, which is great. Once again, you don't know how much time has passed, but you wake up feeling slightly refreshed. Take an exhaustion level back, so exhausted level 1. And you see the mountains behind you and these fields in front of you.
Any, do I see any animals?
Make a perception check. No animals, unfortunately. Even with your 20.
Signs of civilization, a stream to follow, any of that?
Off in the distance, you can see maybe a river, maybe half a day's journey away.
He will head to that, just based on having some composure back and trying to compartmentalize his thoughts out, just knowing, okay, it's like where I'm from. Creatures, things, water. Water's the key. Water. And he'll just head toward the body of water.
Okay, so after a half a day's travel, you come across this river. You do a quick scan upstream and downstream for signs of civilization. You don't see anything. And this river is not some gently meandering brook. It is a raging river. There's rocks, there's lots of kind of mini waterfalls, and the whole thing where you are is about 50 feet across.
We'll try to not cross it, but I'll try to head upstream to see if the rapids kind of subside.
Okay, so yeah, just following the river upstream, which would be north. You spend 3-4 hours trying to find a safer place to cross. And the river, whatever river this is, continues to rage. It's quite a violent river. And you look for signs along the river of maybe smaller fishing villages, anything like that. There's nothing. And you suspect, given the violent tendency of this river, it'll be very hard to fish here. Though you do see fish swimming in up and down the river. Well, down the river, I'll say. But no signs of civilization.
Perfect. I will. I'll take 10 minutes. Richly cast Speak with Animals, and I have. I'll take out little fish-sized chunks of rations and kind of hold my hand in the water. Little buddies,
Hello!
give me information how to cross, and this is yours.
Oh, it's easy. Just waggle your tail like this. No, waggles to the other side of the stream, then waggles back. See, easy. Just waggle your tail.
Don't have a tail.
Oh, well, sucks to be
Can't
you.
breathe in water.
Sucks to be you.
Do you
What-
know
what-
where the river calms down?
Well, I just kind of hang out here, bro. I don't know what to tell you. No, I swam once when I was a young whippersnapper. And I went, until the sun rose and set. Up that way, says pointing upstream. Nothing much there, just much the same, and points to the south. Same down there.
Look, I appreciate your honesty and upbeat nature, but my father's dead. I've been thrown from my home, fell down a mountain. Help me!
What do you want me to do, bro?
Can you have some of your buddies get together and maybe make like a fish raft and carry me across?
A fish raft? I don't know, bro. I mean, I got friends and family, but man, there's not enough to do a fish raft. Why don't you just swim?
Do you see how rough this water is? I don't think it's wise.
Oh, what is your friend, though? Come on. Man, I'm not really understanding your hesitancy. It's just water. Water is life, man. Come on, bro.
Water is life.
Well, yeah, it's all around. It's all around us. Except up here, but you know what I mean.
For if there's life, then there is death, is what I was taught.
Whoa, you're a downer, bro.
No, it's in the teachings that you said water is life. Okay, fuck it. Jump in the water.
Frantically trying to swim to the other side, I assume.
Yeah.
No subtlety to this, so this is going to be an athletics check at disadvantage. Little fish fan, come on, bro! You can do it, bro! And it gives you some fishy inspiration. You can roll a d6 on top of that. You got fish inspiration.
Fish inspiration.
Yep, so roll a d6. They are helping.
That's
11. Oh, by the way, everybody has a point of DM's inspiration as well as your fispiration. So DM inspiration is there. Might have been useful for Umi and Rero, but that we'll see what happens. Yeah, with the fispiration from your bro fish, you eventually get over. It's exhausting work, though. After your long rest, you got your full hit points back, but you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you bash against the rocks. And the river's icy cold as well, so it sucks the life out of you. And you find yourself with another point of exhaustion, but you have successfully crossed the river. See, bro, I told you could do it.
Thanks, little buddy. Here's some food for you. Do you know where civilization is?
Oh, what's civilization, bro? That's the river. River's where people live, man. It's the river.
Has anyone tried to catch you? Do you know where they came from?
Catch me? Just bigger fish, bro.
Okay, thank you. Have fun.
Whee! And off he goes, enjoying the best of life in the river.
Oh, man, I was not ready for that. Let's see here. Still doesn't really have any signs. He's gonna wander aimlessly again, just thinking on everything that has transpired.
You wander aimlessly for about 3 days. You're not really sure your sense of direction. You recognize some other mountains that come into view, and you eventually see a building that looks like this. What do you do?
3 days. So is my exhaustion all
Yep.
gone?
Yeah, exhaustion gone, 4 hit points back.
And
And actually, make me a survival check to see if you could keep yourself fed during those times.
disadvantage, advantage because of. the
We'll say straight.
exhaustion.
We'll say straight. Ah, yes. You find little rivers and little game, and you do an excellent job of surviving in this strange land.
I will approach the town. Finally, seeing signs of civilization.
It's not a town.
And,
It's literally just a building, like a religious
Approach the
building.
building.
Yep. Okay, you see. Yep. You see surrounding this building, you see a bunch of grape leaves with grapes on the vine. You see some type of workshop there, and you see some people wandering around working the vineyard and working whatever this place is.
So Black's charisma is -1, so he's gonna just walk up to one of the workers and go, where am I?
Oh, hello, friend. You're at the Monastery of the Spirited Leaf. It is my pleasure to meet you. You look like a lost soul. What's going on?
Father, killed, thrown me through a portal. Where am I?
Oh, you're in a land called Aglarion, my friend. We're under the rule of King Waldron Azanar. A great ruler, a great time to be alive. You look lost. I'm sorry to hear about your dad too, by the way.
Aglarion.
Aglarion.
Black kind of has a little, like, core memory kind of comes back to him of being a kid in this, almost a mansion type villa, and his mother saying something about the Aglarion, but then he snaps back to reality. This is not the Feywild.
Oh, no, friend. This is just plain old Aglarion. You meet elves and stuff here, but yeah, it's not the Feywild. Hey, you look like a mess, friend. Come inside. We'll get you warmed up. Get some spirits into you. How does that sound? Sounds like you've had a rough day of it.
Yes, please. I need to think. Need to find information.
Look, I've got you, friend. All right, you got nothing to worry about. My name, in case you're wondering, is what is my name? I'm looking at my notes, but I'm not seeing. Ah, here I am, Tortitudo, at your service. Tortitudo.
I am Black Tort.
No. Let's get on the right foot. Tortitudo.
Tortitito.
Close enough. Here, come inside, friend. And you're welcome into this monastery. Everybody is just exceptionally friendly. They welcome you in. They put a blanket over you. They give you some clean clothes to wear, and they return your freshly washed original clothes. And they hand you a glass of wine. Look, drink up. We're quite famous for this brew. So have a drink, friend.
Last time I drank wine, there was a spear through my chest.
Look, bro, we have a saying around here, like, a positive attitude can get you a long way. Look, you can wallow in your misery if you like. You can be a Debbie Downer. I'm sorry about your dad, but It's a point. Do you think your dad would want you to be miserable like this?
No, he did push me through something, and I wound up here.
So,
He did save me.
in a very real sense, it was your father's will that led you to me. That's got to be a good thing.
For if there's life, there is death.
Okay, once again, we'll work on that. I understand not everybody's quite as upbeat as we are, but your life is life, man. You got to enjoy it. Anyway, you look lost. Sorry, what were you going to say, Doug?
I was like, he'll broodingly sip the wine, deep in thought.
Tell you what, Mr. Black, rest up here, take as long as you need. But if you want answers, I suggest you head to the great city of Oathbreaker.
Can you tell me one thing?
Sure, I can tell you 2 things if you want.
Father mentioned long ago that there was a war, not in our realm, but a war somewhere else with angels. Is that here? Is that this plane? There a war?
There was a war like 1,000 or so years ago with the Dark Angels, but that's ancient history.
No war. Okay. Oathbreaker?
Yes.
Will travel be safe?
Look, take a day, relax, get your bearings, and then make your way to Oathbreaker. And if you're still lost, look for a guy called Word Splasher. He'll show you around. Do you have any gold?
I don't know. Do I, Malcolm?
Nope. Had no need for it.
No. I was in with Father. Father was king. No need for gold.
But I'll tell you what. Take these 5 gold pieces as a gift from the Monastery of the Spirited Leaf. Rest here as long as you need. I mean, sometimes it's a matter of resting the mind as much as it is the body. And then make your way to Oathbreaker. So look out, Bandolier Wordsplasher's stone shield. Give him a gold piece and he'll show you around town. And maybe that's a start. I don't know if you're looking for answers to your king's death. To your king? Well, I guess you're a prince. I'm not sure how that works. By the way, do you consider yourself a prince if your father was a king?
He said I was his adoptive son. I don't know.
Well, let's just say there's a individual.
I have this. Kind of take off my necklace. I have this ring. Father said this crest meant something. If he notices it, it's the crest of House Wild Tamer.
Oh, yes, I do recognize that. That's one of the great noble houses of Oathbreaker, House Wild Tamer. But a word of caution: if you go throwing around saying, "Oh, I'm the Wild Tamer, give me lots of money," you're going to be thrown out on your butt. And if you mention that you're the son of the king, let's just say one member of the royal family won't like that. Just keep your lineage to yourself. Sound fair?
Can I talk about the Feywilds or no?
I don't see why not. Maybe not mention you're related to a king, because you could be, an usurper of the kingdom. I don't think you are, but maybe just the hint of it would upset a certain person.
I don't have a lot on me being shung through the portal, but I will take one of my...
Are you in the middle of a game?
Yep.
Oopsie.
Kidlings, what are you going to do?
That's true.
Yeah, so what did you bring with you from the Feywild? What were you wearing?
Just a few sprigs of mistletoe from the Feywild, and I'll give him one as a token of appreciation for everything he's done, and I will let him know uh, if you come across any Fey, just say that Black gave you this, and they will be friendly for you if you need help. And it's kind of stretching, but I'm trying to like give him a token of appreciation from the Fae with my Fae connection background
Sure. Okay. Done.
as a token of appreciation since I don't really have gold or anything.
Okay. Cool.
And I'll rest here for probably 2 more days to take time to grieve and mentally get myself together and head toward Odin beer with the information that Fortitude gave me.
Okay. And you've got 5 gold pieces in your pocket. You're asked to seek out Bantalia Word Splasher. And the rest of your journey goes relatively uneventfully. And you'll find yourself in Odin beer. And that's where we'll leave Black for a moment. And that's where we'll leave Malcolm for a moment as we take a quick break. See you guys in a bit.
Sounds good. Sure.
guy. Okay. Is Aldrich Ghoul here?
Sure heckin' is.
All right. So now we finally turn our attention to the great city of Oathbreaker. Now, one thing I'll just point out about this is if you hover over each of these numbers, a little pop-up should come up. Just to say what it is. Okay. All right. Get my notes. So, now in the great city of Oathbreaker, the capital of Eglarion, where the king, his wife, and his daughter reside, it's well guarded. It's got the so-called new wall, the old wall, and in the more affluent part of the cities, crime is really, really low. Lots of guards, especially in the High District, which has restricted access. There is a slum to the south of the town, the Shanties, so there is poverty here. But overall, a well-functioning city. There is crime in the lower cities. That's true. There are some people called Red Cloaks. There's about 50 of them, and they act as judge, jury, and executioner. So if there's a crime, they have authority to make judgment and pass sentence, up to and including death for things like treason and murder and all those other type of stuff. But first of all, what do we see as we see Aldrich Ghoul? What does Aldrich Ghoul look like?
So he is a ant person. We'll start with that, I guess. He stands about 5'7", 5'8". He's average build for what you would expect of an ant person. He's got red eyes with like a black carapace. He doesn't really wear much clothes. He does have some pants on, and he just has like a utility belt with like all of his knives and various tools and picks on him.
Cool.
And yeah, that's kind of the gist of what you see. He's got like raggedy, slightly torn clothing.
Okay, cool. So we see Aldrich Ghoul kind of in a training battleground. And if you zoom out a little bit from the scene, you'll see this is the Black Flag Mercenary Compound, known as a sword for hire. And we see Aldrich out in the training yard doing some type of arrow work. With him is a person called Landra Thread, who's there practicing arrows with him, as well as Tempest Umbermore. With the way they're reacting, they seem to be friends, acquaintances, work buddies, a guy he knew from work. And Lendra says, so Aldrich, I know Traz likes to keep us well trained, so should we do a little bit of training exercises together? What do you say?
I was muted. So for like, how do I even explain this? He doesn't talk. He talks in people's minds.
Okay.
He has just like a passive telepathy. I think. Yeah. So ignore the other languages, but yeah, don't need to share a language, but the contacted creature must understand at least one language.
Okay.
So he speaks in people's minds, and he can choose up to 5 or 6 people, just for like future reference.
Okay, which is going to be useful when, I don't know, maybe Riro and Umi and all the rest of them might become your traveling companions. Just throwing it out there. That might happen. Okay.
Ew, companions. Gross.
So you speak in speak in Lindra's head, and she says out loud to you, Trez, he likes us, ready to go at a moment's notice, and that means getting training in it as best we can. And of course, we've got the King's Games coming up, which I know will be fun. So why don't we practice a little bit? What do you say?
Sure, I could use a warm-up.
All right. So, hey, Trez! And Trez comes out, and he says, all right, training, it's a good idea. Right, so this one, you probably know, is called the Nimble Eagle. All right? So, and he starts erecting a big post right in the middle of the stuff with just a little platform on top. And it's swaying slightly. Even though there's not much breeze, it's swaying just slightly. And he goes to the other end and he reveals some 6 or so series of bullseyes and some signs. And he shows the signs, and each of the signs is some type of animal, like a duck, a squirrel, or a rabbit, things like that. And it says, all right, so, Aldrich Gould. Sure you remember how to play the Nifty Eagle? I'm going to need you to stand on that platform. I'm going to show one of these creatures. You have to identify the creatures and then shoot the target. Failure to shoot the target, failure to maintain balance on the pole, fail to identify the correct animal. Well, you look silly. You're ready, so get on the pole. I'm going to call out and show you an animal. You identify the animal, you take a shot. Let's just see how good you are.
Alright. Sounds like a lot of rolling.
So you climb up onto this swaying post. Okay. So make me an acrobatics check, please, as you climb up onto this pole and attempt to keep your balance.
Oh, great start.
You get ready to take your shot and you fall off. And Traz and Andra and everybody else as part of this Black Flag mercenary company just laugh at you. Oh my goodness, I hope you're not going to do that in the King's Games, are you? Going to make fools of all of us. We're supposed to be elite warriors. Try it again.
Sorry, I'm a little sleepy still.
No time for sleep. Get up there.
I'll climb up again.
And by the way, I point out you started with a natural 2 to start your character. That's doesn't bode well.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
So another acrobatics check, please.
Wow.
10 is the DC.
Perfect.
So you manage to get up on the pole. I get your short bow ready. And Traz, at the other end of it, he quickly flips the sign around. And your job is to identify it. Let's see if you manage to identify it. Make me a wisdom check. Oh, sorry, perception. Perception check. That's what I meant.
Okay. Alright.
You call out duck. And he says, no, it's a rabbit, you fool. Take your shot anyway. And to make an attack roll with your short bow. I believe you have a short bow.
Oh my god.
You hit the target, but you hit the target on the rim, effectively scoring no points. Well, that sucks, Aldrich Gould. That's shit. I mean, you fell off the post, you failed to identify the target, and you almost missed the target. That would be technically -2 points. All right, get that down. Get your scrawny ass back up there and try again.
Alright.
So acrobatics to balance. DC 10. Okay, this time I'm a bit more confident. Aldrich goes up. And he flashes an animal. Make a perception check. You correctly identify it as a pheasant. So far, so good. All right, that's better, Oathbreaker. Take your shot. Make an
Here
attack
comes
roll.
The one. Oh, there it is.
Oh, and you don't even hit the target. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're embarrassing me. Aldrich, just while you're up there, take another shot.
Kill me now. Just kill me.
Trez is getting pissed off. The other two are just laughing under their breath. All right, get down. Get your scrawny ass down. We're going to do this until you get it right. Up you go.
No. Okay.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Level 1, baby. Okay, you climb it with confidence. Flashes a sign.
Oh my god.
And you say pheasant again because that's all you remember, but it's actually a dog. So, oh, take your shot, you idiot. 20. It's not quite the bullseye, but it's just off the bullseye. So it's as close as you can get without actually hitting the bullseye. Well, let's see. -1 for failing to identify it. 2 points for getting close. A -1 for identifying the wrong animal. That would be worth 1 point. Oh, my goodness.
Let's go. I'm improving.
All right, Aldrich, one more time. One more time. Okay, get your scrawny ass up there. You get your scrawny ass up there. Perception? See flashes. Oh, he chose a duck, and you say duck. And he says, how did you do that? That was just a little flash. All right. Well done. Now, finish it off. And, yeah, you hit the target, but you don't get any points. It's like on a hay bale, and you hit the hay bale, but not the thing.
You get 2. You don't get 3. I'm sorry.
2 out of 3 out bad. All right. Get down. Come with me. I could have a word with you.
God. He just slinks down and climbs down and goes up to him.
All right. Come to the office.
Uh-oh. Follow him.
Now, Aldrich Gull. I've seen you do miraculous things on the mission I've sent you on. What the hell happened out there? You made me look like an idiot.
Just having an off day.
You're going to have to do better than that. Did you eat something? I don't know what you really eat. What do you eat, Aldrich? I've always meaning to ask you.
Normal people food, yeah.
People
Meat,
food?
vegetables.
Oh, all right. Now, you've done... and I don't need to put this politically as nobody can hear, but you've taken out some people for me in the past, shall we say, targeted assassinations. Now, before I send you on another such mission, I'm going to ask you, as I've asked you time and time again, are you okay with this? Given I'm not going to tell you if it's a child, a man, a king, a queen, a peasant.
He'll just nod.
All right, I thought that would be the answer. Now, as you know, over at the 999 Gambling Hall, which is number... Where is it? It's somewhere over there. I've lost the triple. It's somewhere in the coin district. I know that much. Oh, there it is. Number 5. As you know, over in the 999 Gambling Hall, old golfer, the proprietor of the establishment, likes to lend out money to gamblers down on their luck. Let's just say there's a gambler who is down on his luck, who borrowed money from golfer and has disappeared. And golfer has paid us a pretty sum to have that person eliminated and the coin if there's any left returned. Do you have any questions about the mission, Aldrich Gull?
He'll just ask if there was the last site he was seen, or a lead.
Well, I think, that'll be a chance to talk to Gulfer. I told him I'd send one of you along to help eliminate this problem. So maybe go and see Gulfer.
He just nods.
Okay. So, Aldrich Gull, you leave the mercenary company, come along the short road. Yep.
Before he leaves, he will change the color of his carapace to like a green, like a deep green.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, deep green. Go through the North District, which is like where the wealthy but not the nobles live. And you go into the Coin District, which is more like the market. It's where most people come into the city via the Crown Gate. And yeah, it's a bustling hive of a market. But you make your way to the 999 Gambling Hall. From the outside, it looks like a fairly nondescript building. It's almost just like a cube almost. It's got some gaudy signs on the front saying, "Welcome to the 999 Gambling Hall." And Aldrich Gull, you go in, and it's a lot more flash on the outside than the inside. Classic casino stuff. There's people playing cards. There's people playing games of chances. There's one of those spinny things when you put a ball on it and it rattles around and lands on it.
Roulette.
A roulette table. Oh, well, you would know this, wouldn't you, Doug? A roulette table, yes. And yeah, there's people gambling. You see, given your keen eye, I'll say, you notice people are there watching people. Just make sure nobody's up to no good. And what do you do, Aldrich Gull?
I'll just find like someone with security, and I'll just say in their head, "I'm here to see the boss. The Black Flag sent me."
All right. And they take you through to a back room where you see a bugbear, in fact, standing behind the desk. He's got papers. There's a big safe behind him that's closed. And he says, all right, how much is it? What do you need? 500 gold pieces?
Traz sent me.
Oh, shit. Sorry, friend. I thought you were here to borrow some money, which is pretty much why anybody's seen me. Before I get into details, tell me about yourself. Well, first of all, it's freaking weird you're talking into my head. Let's get that out of the start right away.
Just something I do. And I kill people for a living.
Well, you're not subtle about it. And how many such of these missions have you carried out? What's your count?
Would I know that?
Yeah, how many people have you killed for money? You'd know that. If you think you'd know that.
Yeah, I just don't know if like you had a set number, or I'll just say like more than 10.
Okay, if I know anything about anything, when someone, yes, body count, if someone asks you their number, it's usually more than 10. But that's all right, 10's plenty. Have all these been successful? Have any of them gone wrong?
All successful.
No complications I should know about? You did it anonymously?
Yes, he'll just nod.
All right. Now, I know Trez sent you to me, and let's just say I don't want to know your name, and I don't. We'll forget we ever met once we had this conversation. I assume that will be suitable to you.
He'll just nod again.
All right. As you might know, I run a money lending business. Kind of goes hand in hand with my casino operations here. People get down on their luck, and they come to me for help. Sometimes their luck turns, sometimes their luck doesn't. Just say I've got numerous people around the city who owe me money, and we collect on the money. And things like food, things like taking care of children, come secondary to paying me. I assume you don't have a problem with that.
Nope.
One such person, his name was Blight. He was rolling high, he was winning big. But like anything, time will eventually catch up with you. And luck will eventually turn. Don't know if you know the trick to a casino, but the trick to running such a place is to keep people playing. And so that's what we did for Blight. And eventually, his luck changed and things went south. He came to me, borrowed money, bet the money, made some money, and then he just disappeared. Disappeared with the money he owes me, and disappeared with some healthy winnings from the casino. I need you to find Blight, kill Blight, and get back any of the money that you've that he's taken from me.
Sounds good. Do you have a lead?
Well, from what Blight was talking about, he was planning to head to a place called Willow Creek, but he said he wanted to celebrate first. So hopefully he's still in the city. Had a sketch made of him. Says this is what Blight. Well, it gives you a description of Blight, and this is what Blight looks like. He's got long hair. He's a little effeminate, I'd say, and dresses quite gaudily.
Beautiful photo.
So that's what I got a lead on. They're after some good times and heading to Willow Creek. And don't blame me if you don't know where Willow Creek is, but Willow Creek is relatively close by. Right here. So not that far away from Odenbeer.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? I mean, this is the thing you do, right?
I'll come back when the job is complete.
How exactly will you complete this job? Do you prefer poison, a knife in the back?
Not a bow. Depends on the situation. I'll adapt to what's needed.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
All right. I'll leave his office then.
Okay. Find yourself in the coin district, the bustling market capital.
Yeah. So I'll change my color again to match like the building's color, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
To just kind of blend in a little bit.
Sure.
And then I'll also use my background feature, ear to the ground, to kind of show show it to like my contact, like show the photo to see if they've seen them
Well, it's not a
today
photo.
at all.
It's a description. I just used the
Or
art.
description, yeah.
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 Okay, so you're contacting the criminal underbelly of Oathbreaker to get some leads on a purplish-looking, maybe tiefling with a hat and a gaudy coat on.
They should stand out from the description.
Well, yeah, it's quite a unique look. But one thing you notice, and you'll all notice this when you get to the city, it is very, very accepting of everybody. And you swear you even see some, what are those hyena creatures? They're like hyenas. Gnolls, yes. Even see gnolls wandering around, these traditionally demonic creatures, but that's just how open it is. King Waldron Azanar has opened up for this exact type of situation. Okay, so Aldrich, tell you what, make me an investigation check at advantage as you go around and...
Why do I always make intelligence a dumb stat?
13. Okay. So you spend pretty much the rest of the day talking to your contacts. It's taking longer than you would want it to. But you eventually narrow it down. Wait a sec. So, but the gaudy nature of this place, and the fact that he said he wanted to have a good time before he led, and given his the amount of flirting that he did, the amount of unflattering statements about women, you figure maybe the good time he's referring to, according to your contacts and your contacts, you think he's probably going to a brothel. And there are 3 possible leads. One is a place called the Silken Kiss Brothel, which is unique in that the workers don't talk at all. It's very clean, very well run. At the other end of this the spectrum is another brothel called the Loud and Lusty, which is the complete opposite. It's a dirty and loud venue, a lot of drinking, a lot of scantily clad women and men are serving drinks. And the third one is a place called Burning Desire. And it's got a bit of a demonic reputation from it. There's creatures like they claim to be tieflings, but the rumor is that they're actual devils in disguise. There's very dark undertones, and for the most, succubuses are rumored to be there, but they never reveal themselves. And that's where the darkest of dark desires would take place. So you've got Silken Brothel, clean, dirty, nobody talks, Loud and Lusty, the opposite, and Burning Desire, which is where the darkest of desires could be done. And that's the information you get.
Yeah. Trying to think what would fit their profile. They seem to dress and act like an outgoing person, but they're also trying to get away from the city, so... Oh... I'm probably gonna pick wrong, but that's okay. Let's go to the Silken Kiss Brothel, because maybe no one will rat him out.
Okay. So, the Silken Kiss Brothel, where you locate it. I think it's somewhere in the North District. I'm not sure what number it is though, but it's I think it's in the North District, and it's a very, very clean establishment. From the outside, it's got the Silken Kiss written in nice letters across the top. There's a couple of guards posted out front. They're well dressed, well equipped, and they give you a quick glance and just nod. I mean, you're not drunk, you're not causing any trouble, so they're not getting in your way for you to enter the brothel if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll saunter in.
Okay, you saunter in, and the most noteworthy thing is how quiet it is. You notice the workers don't say a word. They are silent, and the people with them are whispering. And as you enter, a scantily clad female and a scantily clad male, one of you grabs each of your arms and silently, kind of gently push you towards a booth.
Can I get a quick look around or?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Yeah, my favorite thing.
Or you can make perception. You can make a perception check. I'll be nice. Now you're probably going to roll lower than 11 now that I said that. There we go. So you do a quick glance around. There's what you'd expect, females and males lying over top of females and males. Just flirty type behavior. And every so often they disappear to a quiet room for, shall we say, rendezvous. You do not see a tiefling with an orange hat.
Probably picked the worst one to ask them questions. I'll speak in both of their heads and give the description of the person I'm looking for and ask them if they've seen them.
They look momentarily confused as you're speaking in their head, but they eventually smile. Maybe they've seen strange things like this during their time. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, come on.
They look at you and they smile and they drag you to a private booth. Some drinks arrive for all three of you, and they're not going to say anything, but they're going to rub their hands together, making the classic money symbol.
I mean, I do have money because I didn't have to buy armor or anything. I'll give out 3 gold.
They continue to rub their fingers together.
I'll give them a total of 5 gold.
Just out of interest, how much gold do you have?
I have 50 because I didn't have to buy armor or anything.
50. All right.
Yeah.
They rub their fingers together one more time with your persuasion roll of 8.
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll give them 10. Just jump right up. Enough of this.
They you're not sure how they do it, given how little they're wearing, but they pocket 5 gold pieces each. The female goes and mingles with some other people in the establishment, and the male takes your arm and starts leading you to some of the back rooms.
I'll follow.
Okay, he takes you. There's about 5 of these private rooms. He stops next to the first one, pauses for a second, looks at you, walks down the corridor, takes you back to the main area, and lets go of your hand and wanders away.
All right. Is there like a corner or something I can kind of go into to kind of slink around to essentially try to stealth?
Sure, make a stealth check.
Uh, um, and I know with my carapace thing, it says if I match like the colors, I get advantage. Would I be able to change my color to kind of match? I
Sure.
don't know how easy that'll be inside of this place, but
Well, the main area is you wouldn't be able to do it, but these kind of back rooms are relatively plain. So yes,
Okay.
you can make a stealth check at advantage.
cool.
Okay, so you change your carapace color to match, and you kind of press yourself against a wall. A male and a female walk past, entering a room, and they don't appear to notice you at all.
Perfect. And then I'll go to that. I'll try to peek into the first booth that they paused next to.
Okay, there's a door. It's closed with a door. You could try a sleight of hand if you like to open it quietly.
Sure.
You creak open the door and look inside, and there you see Blight with 2 female companions. And I won't describe it, but I'll leave that to your imagination. Outtrick Ghoul.
Does it look like there's any other exits in this room at all?
Nope, not even windows. One way in, one way out.
Perfect. He will quietly close the door again.
With you on the outside or the inside?
On the outside,
Okay.
and I will just lay in wait, like stealthed against the wall, like plastered against it, until I see him leave, and then I'll follow him out. Hopefully, he leaves the establishment.
Okay, you wait. Wait a while, and eventually he comes out and starts drinking again. You see him looking nervously around. I mean, he knows he's in trouble with Oathbreaker Ghoul, but these type of places are noted for their anonymity, I guess, keeping private affairs private. So they're pretty good. A pretty good place to hide, all things considered, if you can afford it, which apparently he can. He orders some more drinks, flirts with some more females, or some more males for that matter, and is getting himself quite drunk. And then he looks around. Just make me a deception or a stealth check, as you are keeping your eye on him. Your choice.
Is the stealth still at advantage because I'm incognito or no?
Yep. Oh, no, you're out on the main floor, so just a straight.
Ooh, do I want to use my DM inspiration already? That was a... Yeah, I mean, the odds of rolling higher than that are better
rolled
than
a 6,
not.
right?
Yeah, I'll use it.
All right.
On the first session. Slightly better.
His eyes drift over into your direction. I mean, while I said the amount of types of creatures here is quite a lot, you do inherently stand out, being an Ant-Man. And you swear he's locked eyes on you, but he drifts by and doesn't seem to notice you. And he gets up, stretches, pays his bill, and then wanders out onto the streets of the North District. And he looks around a few times, and then he starts scampering presumably to where he's off next.
I will try to follow him.
Okay. Easy enough to follow him.
Yeah.
So easy enough to follow him through the streets. Also, you change shoes as you go. Despite it being relatively late at night, there's still quite a bit of people around. And you follow him down... you're over here, down the short road. He appears to be heading to one of these inns. And there's an inn here called the Lucky Leap Tavern, which could be where he's going.
Okay. Are there any like alleys or anything?
Yeah. Yep, there are definitely alleys.
And you said he was like kind of like inebriated,
Yes, but
drinking a bunch.
he's definitely inebriated, and he's definitely running as best he can. Well, walking briskly as best he can, which isn't very best.
And are there like guards around or?
Yeah, there are guards around. This is the North District. Is where rich people live, not where the richest of the rich lived, but this is where rich people live. So yes.
I don't want to do this.
Are you asking me?
How do you want to do this?
I'm asking myself, how do I want to do this? Do you know what? Live and learn, right? I'm just gonna like walk up behind him and like put my arm around his shoulder and like in his head be like, oh hey man, how's it going? And like try to like usher him into like an alley while like walking with him.
Hey man, there's no any good bars around here. The night is young.
Yeah man, there's one this way. First round's on me.
Oh, that's awesome. Make a deception check at advantage. I mean, he's drunk, hence the advantage. So, nice, man. Down this way is a secret drinking establishment?
Yeah.
Alright. And
I'll
you wave him down.
Try to lead him, yeah, like down to an alley that like goes around like a corner, so like can't be seen from the street into like a dead end or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just kind of try to do like a quick slit at the throat. We're like I'll do like a quick look around to make sure no one's around us.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll at advantage.
Oh boy. Probably be easier with the dagger, so I'll use the dagger.
Definitely not the bow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drag the dagger across his neck, and he falls into a hump, into a lump. Is that the right word? It falls into we'll go with that. Falls into a slump. There we go. I think that's the word I was looking for. Slumps down, and his now bleeding out body slumps against his back against the old wall.
And then I'll check his person for the money.
There's about 100 gold pieces there, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll yoink that, and then I will try to sneak away out of the alleyway. And try to conceal like the body behind something.
Well, as you go to conceal the body, so it's completely hidden, you notice something odd. The man is definitely bleeding out, and if he's not dead now, he'll be dead any second. And you've done this before, and you expect blood to pool around his feet. But it's not pooling around his feet. The wall itself seems to be sucking the blood from him. And then all of a sudden, his mostly severed head snaps up and looks at you. Just staring.
That's not okay.
As the wall continues to suck blood out of this man.
But like he's not doing anything?
Yes, his eyes
His
are
head's
locked.
like snapped back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
His eyes are locked on me.
His eyes are locked on you, and his head is mostly attached, so it's odd.
And I like stab him again for good measure.
You stab him, and he doesn't really react, so you stab him again and again and again, and eventually the whole body collapses again, and he starts bleeding again. Not very much. You figure most of his blood has been sucked up into the wall, But in your professional opinion, he is now officially dead.
All right. That is weird. I will report that later. But for the time being, I need to get away.
Okay.
And I'll probably dispose of the knife somewheres.
Sure. Maybe you could throw it in the River Nenoch. That's a good place to throw stuff.
Yeah.
And what do you do next, Aldrich Gould?
So I'll sneak away and kind of like blend into the crowd, and then change my color again to like
Sure.
like a deep red,
Sure.
and make my way back to the casino.
Okay, you make your way back to the casino, number 5 on the map, and you ask for another meeting with Golfer, and Golfer accepts the meeting. And says, I didn't expect to see you back so soon.
And I'll throw the bag of 100 gold table.
Is this everything?
That's all he had on his person.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
From memory, I think he left with 110 gold pieces. There's only 100 here.
He was leaving a brothel when I found him.
Which brothel?
The Silken Kiss.
All right. I don't know who you are, but get the hell out of my office, he says with a wry smile.
I'll nod and leave.
Zhoosh. Okay.
And I'll head back to the
Training compound?
Yeah.
Okay, so you come back, and Trez the Cruel is very interested in knowing what happened. So, Aldrich Gould, tell me all about it.
Some bum borrowed money from him and tried to make off with the winnings he got off of his loan. So I had to track him down to a brothel, and I followed him into a back alley and confirmed the kill. But something weird happened when I cut his throat. His head like snapped back up, and the wall started to like siphon the blood out of his body. Have you ever experienced anything like this?
Short answer, no. But as you know, the old wall was all that was Oathbreaker, was where the Dark Angels ruled, and there was a wall constructed with dark magic. Some say they swear they see the wall move in the night, but there's dark magic and dark dealings in that wall. I think it's best we take note of it and move on. If at all possible, I suggest not killing anybody near the old wall again.
Noted.
Alright, but overall, a good job done. I'm sure the guards will find the poor soul in the morning. It's agreed. Here's your 50 gold piece cut. And I have one more task for you to do. Come morning.
All right.
There's people. Some strange people. Some maybe familiar people. Taking a tour of the city with Old World Word Splasher. I'm going to need you to keep an eye on them. Follow them through the city. Go on the tour. And let me know what you make of them post-tour. What do you say?
Sure.
All right. So, Aldrich Gill, you return to your house, which is, as I said, somewhere over here in the South District. and somewhere over here, a rest for the night, and you wake up in the morning and join in the tour of the place.
Perfect.
All right, and that's where we'll leave Aldrich Ghoul for a second, and our focus switches to a place which is inside, so even if you knew where it was, you can't really tell. But inside we see Wi-Fi. What does Strife look like?
So Strife is about like 5'11"-ish, very lean build. Like he looks kind of like a twig. Not gonna lie, but that's just because he has armor on. But he has like leather armor on. On the armor is a lot of like cloth wrappings, and then he has a ivory mask that kind of looks like two triangles that are upside down, overlapping. And then he has a bow on his back, two swords on his waist, and then a bunch of darts like all over his body.
Cool.
And that's him.
And standing next to Black is someone else.
Strife is his name.
Right, you mean?
Strife.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. What do we see standing next to him, Sean?
Kiva. Kiva is about 5'10" woman. She's wears a cloak most of the time and carries a glaive wherever she goes. Very athletic, graceful looking. Has a little bit of cocky step to her walk, and usually a half smile on her lips.
And we see Kiva and Strife kind of in some type of complex. There's no windows to peek in. There's no obvious doors. And a lady walks up to both of them. This is a lady you've known for a long time, practically your whole life. And her name is Countess Marital. And she says, Strife, my darling, how are you feeling? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm feeling real excited today.
Well, tomorrow is the day that we've been planning for so long. Since the day you arrived on your doorstep. And now, as this life ends and a new life begins, I'm going to tell you, when you arrived here, most people wanted you to, shall we say, be sacrificed. But I said, no, this is someone special. And I hope you're feeling special now, because your day is almost here. I'm so excited.
Yep, I grew through the struggle, I guess.
Oh, yes. And let me just say, all of us from the children of the Coven and the mothers, they were all so excited for this day. We've been planning for it, and things are going to change. Now, I know you want this. I know you want to be sacrificed to bring about the vengeance demon. I don't know. It's exciting. I mean, it's your last day, and it's the start of a new life, and the mothers are going to bless you in this next life more than you can possibly imagine. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. Are you excited too?
I'm doing my purpose. This is what I was raised for.
Wow, that is the word in a nutshell, purpose. So, enjoy your last night. Tomorrow we will start the sacrifice, and the vengeance demon will be unleashed, and things will change. It is so exciting. And she wraps you in a big, big hug, kisses you on the forehead, and she says, just one quick thing we need to do in preparation for the ceremony. Okay, give me your hand, darling. Give me your hand.
I'll give my hand to her.
Now this is gonna hurt a little bit, but I think. Oops. Can't type. And she starts carving a symbol into your hand. It is painful. It hurts, and it looks like. I think I sent it to you in your character sheet, but it's almost like a stylized cultish kind of symbol, with sort of half circles all connecting into this extravagant knot, and it's incredibly painful. How do you react to having a thing carved into your hand, Strife?
He's just stoic through it, just accepting the torture.
And as she finishes carving this into the kind of between your thumb and forefinger, this symbol, as you know, that's the symbol of the child of the coven, the children of the coven, and the mothers when they speak to me, when they speak to us, that's how they're going to know how to find you in the next life and be rewarded. So, I suggest you just let it bleed. Don't clean it. Don't clean the wound, and the mothers will find you in the next life. All right. I'm excited. It's finally happening. So rest up. I'll see you in the morning. And so Strife, you go to your chambers, which you share with Kiva. And what do you do?
I just crack open a bottle of any liquor and just start drinking. About to be sacrificed.
And Strive, how do you feel about this? We talked a lot about this stuff. Do you really want to do this?
This is what I was raised for. There's no escaping it.
And what do you want, though? What's in your heart, do you think? Is what you feel like you're raised for something, but there's also born for it. You feel like this is what you're born for? What's in your heart?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, we've discussed this though. What they say and what you do are not necessarily the same thing. What do you want?
What I want? Well, obviously I want to live, but that's what the Coven's got planned for me. So we're gonna do it. And then he's gonna take his mask off. And then just take a deep breath.
I sense there's more in you than that. That you could have a future that's greater than that if you wanted it.
This is all I know.
Do you want to know more?
There's only the Coven. I can't escape this.
What if we did? What if you did escape it? What if you left?
We can't. They would chase us and kill us.
I have friends who would help us out if we got away. If you're willing. If you think in your heart you're worth, you have more to give than what they're asking.
So say we leave, we're just gonna be chased down by this crazy group of people that want to sacrifice me for their god.
For one, I don't think that either one of us are going to be easy to kill. Two, I do have powerful friends, and I think that if we can get to them, we'd be safe.
So what's your plan then? We just sneak off in the night?
I haven't gotten that far of the plan. Just so I don't want you.
Well, brother.
Because
when you say that, he just takes another swig from his bottle.
I think that you need to search what you want in your heart. Is it worth us trying to get out of here? And if it is, I think there is a path. But you have to want it first. You have to know what you want. And besides, if you decide you want to leave, we die, then what the heck? You're going to die anyway.
So, do you have a way out of here? Do you know how to
I have ideas, yeah.
escape?
I've been here for a while. I've mapped out some possibilities.
And you're willing to kill our brothers and sisters? If
They
it comes
attack
to
us.
that?
Absolutely. To protect you and what I think you can become. Absolutely.
He's gonna look at you in the eyes, and him having no mask on is showing how much he trusts you. You can see his eye, his monstrosity eye. So he has two, like, what's the colored part of your eye called? It's like the iris. He has like two of those in one eye. It looks like it's splitting, like a cell undergoing a mitosis. So you can see his eye, and he's looking at you, putting all his trust in you. And he's just gonna nod and say, "Well, let's do it then."
What you do know about this place is it's kind of an underground dwelling. It's kind of been carved out of a mountain. Like, you're more like a cavern than a room. So it's very much an underground complex. So, Strife, Kiva, what do you do?
What do we know
Put my
about
mask back on and turn to Kiva's lead.
Alright. What do we know about the guard rotations and the hallways we have? Do we know when they walk through and the timing? I mean, I've been here for a long time, learning all this and studying all this. Do I know the rotations?
You do. You do know there's a real buzz in the air. This is something they've been planning for a long time. People are distracted. They're all talking about this vengeance demon. Both of you don't know what this vengeance demon is, other than they keep on referring to it as the vengeance demon. And if there was a time to sneak out, this would be the time to sneak off, with everybody distracted and excited and talking about it and saying what power they'll have. So the guards are due to rotate out in about an hour. You're gonna have to go through a passageway to the main gate, which is not so much a gate, just an opening with some guards on it, and go out that way. That would be the only way out. Leave the room, go down a long corridor, past guards, and then you'd be out into the outside.
All right. And so the plan is to try to time it just when they switch. And then, Strife, let's cover you up. You're, at the moment, somewhat famous. I think they just saw me with somebody else. They wouldn't stop us. Let's make sure you've got your head covered. And then we'll try to time and not see anybody. But if we do, we'll take them out quick and just go.
Yeah, he's gonna put a cloak on, put the hood up,
Put the mask on.
the mask.
Yeah. So, how well do you disguise yourself?
I would say pretty well.
Oh, wow.
I have proficiency in disguise kits.
Ah, okay. Well, make a disguise kit roll then. You can choose dexterity, intelligence, whatever you like.
Let's make that dexterity.
Okay. So D20 plus your dex modifier plus your proficiency.
Hold on. Edit. Disguise kit. What's that say? 15.
Did that add your proficiency onto that?
Mm-hmm.
15. Okay. So taking Strife with you, Kiva, you slowly make your way down the main corridor. You see the guards there chatting away about the great sacrifice that's coming up. And as you approach, they turn to you and say, "Ah, Kiva, is it? And who's your friend?"
This is the fellow member. We are told to do some patrols outside, make sure nothing goes wrong with the Great Night. So
Wow,
we're doing a quick
that's-
patrol around the outside area.
Well, that's kind of our job. Why would someone send you to do our job? Why don't you roll me a deception check?
You're patrolling the inside, we're patrolling the outside. But yeah, sure. Okay, I'm not hard about charisma, but this is what it is. Yep, that sounds right.
Oh
Lying
god.
is not her thing. No, that's okay. Lying is not her thing.
Look, I don't understand. We've been watched here for a number of hours. We haven't seen things coming and going. Say you're a good friend. Go back in. We're all
She
excited
just
by
tags
this.
real quick.
She just what?
She quick attacks him real quick.
Oh, she
Quick
attacks
attacks him
him.
real quick. Try.
Ah,
Yeah, tries to knock him out.
Oh,
okay.
Tries. Well, the deception didn't work, so we're going to try to get through here.
I'll follow suit then.
There's two of them. Keep that in mind. There's two
Yep.
of them. Okay, mate.
Yep.
Well, let's see what Kiva can do.
There you go.
Yeah, you just absolutely skewer the guy. Well, how do you kill him, Kiva?
Quickly, the quick twirl of the glaive beheads the first one.
Other guy goes, what the heck? And,
And
he's
then
gonna.
I'm
Well-
gonna go for the other one in the confusion.
Sure.
So I'm gonna take my short swords out, and the first is
That's a hit.
and I'm dual wielding.
Yep. So second one. And that second attack is just 4 damage, right, with your offhand.
I have the 2-weapon fighting style.
Okay, so well, how do you kill them? I mean, these guys. I mean, most cults are made up from just the common folk. So these mechanically are commoners. So 15 is more than enough damage
So
to kill a
it's
commoner.
just like a quick rush with the first attack, and then the second attack is a stab to the back.
And both of these guards just collapse. And as the head rolls off to the outside, a pool of blood is quickly emerging. Almost imagining like some scenes from a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, when you cut off his head and the blood spurts out like a fountain.
If anyone's got anything else to say, now's the fucking time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so what do you guys do? 2 very bloody, very dead guards.
Let's
Yeah,
fucking
there's no-
book it.
Let's go. Yeah, there's no hiding that. We're out of here. Let's go as fast as we can.
Okay, so you go dashing out into the wilderness. You find yourself in yeah. You've come out of the mountains. You're about here. And you know what contacts you have at Odin Beer. What are you guys doing? You're just taking off to Odin Beer? Or what?
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to see where's Odin Bear from where at.
Where you're there, Odin Beer is on the coast over there.
Over there.
Way over there. Okay. Let's see. So the fast way would be to get to the river, I guess, and try to get some kind of flip. So we're gonna try down the mountains and over to the somewhere here to get into some kind of river we can get to some kind of boat to go down the river. That
Well,
works.
you know, the way almost everybody crosses the river, except for Black, is to cross over at the Azura Bridge. Mind you, it's a different. It's a
around
different
there.
river. Okay.
Would there be any type of a boat anywhere? Like, you think you may have any kind of fishers or rowboat or something that comes down that river faster?
Sure. Well, let's see how you get there first. Now, I want you to roll me D6 strife, and that's how many minutes head start before the bodies are discovered. So you don't know
4
that,
minutes, baby.
but that's what I'm doing.
Hey,
And you guys are just following the cloud peak around the outside as best you can.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's
Sounds
smart.
simple.
Okay, so you rush around, getting away from the children of the coven as quickly as you can. You start to hear shouting behind you. And you hear your old friend Countess Marital. That bastard! Find him! I don't care if he wants to be sacrificed or not. He is going to be sacrificed tonight! And you hear people scattering, coming out of the Children of the Coven's HQ.
We're looking, I guess. Do we have any? I don't know any kind of deception ideas. You got any ideas? Straight to deception wise. Or we're just gonna book it.
I think we should just book it. Keep the cover of the forest.
Yep.
Okay, it is dark
And then
as
when we
well,
get-
which
yep.
is also helping. Sorry, Sean, what were you saying?
No, you're good. Good.
Okay, so you just book it. Do you have any? What's your movement,
Yeah,
Strife? Or
30.
30. We're level 1.
Just regular.
Yeah.
just regular? Okay, so you just book it as best you can, given the 4-minute head start, which is pretty decent. And you run and you run and you run until your legs feel like they're pumping diesel. I need both of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
Save.
Alright.
13.
Kiva, you haven't been doing leg days. Take a point of exhaustion as you're just running and running and running.
Jeez, I told you got to work on that cardio.
I have to lift, man. I have to lift. You can tell. Look at her.
So you've been running pretty much through the night. The shouts gradually fade into the distance, and daylight comes. And you're still, each of these squares I think is 20 miles, I think. Yeah, about 20 miles per thing. So normal travel about a day per hex. The day has dawned. Black Kiva.
All right, if we see a spot we can hide out, we can hide out for a little bit to get a little bit of rest. Otherwise, we just keep on going. Right?
Yeah,
Oh, we're going to see.
I think we should just keep
Okay.
pushing it to the river,
Yeah.
and then
I want-
follow the river to Oathbreaker.
and hoping to find some kind of boat to take down the speed of
Yeah.
the travel.
Okay, so dawn breaks, but you keep on pushing on and on and on, driving through the pain in your legs, Kiva. I mean, knowing what I know about Kiva, but I won't say what I know about Kiva. I imagine she's done this type of thing before, knows how to push herself through pain. Will that be fair, Sean?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you reach the River Ninok. I'm going to need Constitution saving throws from you again, please. As you've literally run through the night and run through the best part of the day.
Much better.
Nice.
Okay, Kiva. You push. You're in pain, Kiva. It hurts. But you push through it. Then Strife. Literally running for your life. You find that extra reserve of energy. And you get along to the banks of the River Ninok. What do you do?
So, is there any kind of fishermen or anything we can see, any kind of boats that might be on the river?
Make an investigation or perception check.
Investigation sounds great.
Perception sounds great.
Yeah, I have perception too. That sounds great to me too.
You do see a fisherman in the River Ninok, which is a lot more peaceful than the River Black came across. And as a fisherman, he's throwing out nets. Well, he's actually bringing in nets. It's towards the end of the day. And he's bringing his rowboat to seemingly to a... You don't know where, but that's what you see.
I'm gonna flag him down. It's like, hello there.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. What can I do you for?
We're trying to get to Odenbear.
Oh, just follow the river down south. You'll get there. A few days.
We were hoping we could use your boat.
Oh, this is me boat. I use it for fishing. You can't have my boat.
Yeah, so we're on an important mission from the Knights of the Crown. You'd be rewarded if you'd help us.
Oh, you should have said. Well, I'm an important mission too. Gotta bring my catch into my family so we could eat tonight. You can't have my boat.
Would eat better if you're rewarded if you help us. I think your family would eat better after a reward.
Oh, I've been promised a reward many times, Sonny. That often amounts to nothing more than a can of beans.
Do I have any type of symbol that I could share, you think, from that?
I'm gonna say no, because I'll just send you a quick message.
Yeah,
you right.
Yeah, I got you.
So no, you can't have my boat.
How about we buy your boat off you, sir?
Oh, that's my boat. It's my livelihood, lad. The baby be a pretty amount of gold pieces. You know, if you give me a boat, buy my boat. I can't fish.
You can buy yourself a new boat, a better boat.
A boat, you say?
How
How
much is
much?
worth?
Oh, this particular here boat's worth about 50 gold pieces. It's
50 gold pieces.
It's not.
You're full of shit, old man.
You seem to have the problem, laddie, not me. I might not know much, but I do know about supply and demand. I've got the boot. Trying to channel my inner Canadian here.
I'm gonna turn to Kiva and then just say, let's just fucking kill this guy and take his boat to Oathbreaker.
I don't think we're gonna kill him, but
what you saying there, lads?
We're discussing.
No, it's a lad and a lass. Can't you tell?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Lads and lasses. Alright, you talk amongst yourself. I'll bring my catch back. Unless you got 50 gold pieces, we got nothing to talk about.
Where is the boat?
It's in the middle of the
how far away is that?
I'll say he's 15 feet from the riverbank.
Oh, he's 15 feet away from me.
We can commandeer the boat, but don't.
I'm just going to
Strife. Do not hurt
use
him.
this.
Oh, what's this all about?
I'm gonna pop into his boat.
Oh, what the?
Strife. Do not hurt him.
And I'm gonna push him into the river.
What the fuck? I did say what the fuck.
Yeah, right.
All
right.
I'm gonna say he's old. He's gonna roll a -1 on his athletics, so he
that's
rolls
what I got.
4.
All right.
And I rolled a 2.
Oh, Sonny, this is not good. And he hip tosses you, and you land into the water. And he starts pedaling as fast as he can downstream.
Okay, I'm going to draw my bow and arrow then.
No, keep it running jumps.
And I'm gonna say, without the accent, I'm gonna say, the pleasantries are over, old man. Give us the boat and we don't kill you.
Okay, we'll get there in a second. It just sounded like Kiva was doing something at the same time.
She's gonna try to jump and stop. Okay, pull his bow down from the water. Jump in the water from him.
Okay.
Just stop from shooting at him. Go ahead.
Okay, athletics, acrobatics. Choose whatever you want, and this is extravagant gamer rollies.
Oh, that's not that good.
Okay, you grab the bow and you pluck out the arrow, and it's effectively a useless bow now. So we're getting the fuck out of here. You guys sort amongst yourselves. You've got issues.
Chase him down, Kiva. We need that boat.
Don't hurt him, then she'll take off after him.
How? He's in a river going downstream.
Yeah, so if it outpaces her, it paces her.
Yeah, it paces her. I mean, it's a boat. It's designed for water, and you are not.
Yeah. All right, then they'll have to move to the side. Off the side of the thing.
Well, that was a load of barnacles.
Follow your better instincts, Strife. I think capturing the boat makes sense. Commandeering it makes sense, but it's not hurt somebody who's innocent.
I was threatening him. I wasn't gonna actually kill him unless he didn't give us the boat.
To be fair, I didn't know that.
Now we need a walk because we don't have a
Yep.
boat anymore.
And we're wet. Let's go.
Yeah, and we're fucking wet. I could be in Nirvana right now if you hadn't talked me out of this.
You'd be dead. You know you didn't want that.
All right, and then I
We're
guess
miserable. We're miserable, but we're love.
we'll continue down the river, I guess.
Yeah.
Running, walking.
It's day break now?
Yep. Yep. Oh no, it's towards the evening, like 4 o'clock, something like that.
I think we
Yeah,
can
some-
walk. Yeah,
Oh.
a slight jog. Brisk pace.
That works.
Okay, so
And we're
brisk
looking for
pace down
another
the
boat.
River Nenoch. Okay, so that seems like a good point to end it as the Canadian fisherman won. He's all of a sudden my favorite NPC ever. And we'll pick up with Strife and Kiva next week. And we'll also resolve the situation with Umi and Riro as their Rose and Jack on a
Sounds
bit
good.
of driftwood. Okay, we'll see you next week, guys. Excited to see where this goes. And take care, and we'll